The night Victor Daramola failed was the first time the forest went silent. No wind. No insects. No sound. Just silence so deep it felt like something was holding its breath, waiting. And that was how I knew. Something was wrong. We arrived at the temple just like every other time. Same black SUVs. Same dark road. Same cold feeling crawling under my skin as the trees closed in around us. But this time, the girl sat differently in the back seat. Her name was Adana. She wasn't crying. She wasn't shaking. She was calm. Too calm. I remember looking at her through the mirror and thinking, why is she not afraid? Because every other girl always knew something was wrong before we reached that forest. But Adana, she just stared ahead like she had been there before. When we stopped in front of the temple, the air felt heavier than ever before. Even the guards looked uneasy. Victor stepped out as usual, adjusting his agbada like this was just another business deal. Adana followed. No struggle. No fear. That was the first sign. The second sign. The men in black robes were already waiting, but this time, they were whispering nervously. I had never seen that before. Never. These were men who had stood through blood, through screams, through death. But now, they looked scared. Inside the temple, the ritual began like always. Candles were lit. Symbols glowed faintly on the stone floor. Adana was placed on the altar. Victor held the blade. The chanting started. Slow. Deep. Dark. But then, Adana started laughing. Not loud. Not crazy. Just a soft, knowing laugh. The chanting stopped immediately. Victor frowned. Continue, he ordered. But the men hesitated. One of them shook his head slowly. No, something is wrong. Victor's face hardened. Do it. The chanting resumed. But this time, it wasn't steady. It was broken. Fear had entered the room. Then Adana spoke. And what she said made my blood run cold. You've been feeding it lies. Silence. Victor stepped closer. What did you say? She turned her head slowly and looked straight at him. And smiled. The ones before me, they were not enough. Now let me ask you something. How would a village girl know about the others? How would she know about the ritual? Unless she wasn't just a victim. The candles flickered violently. A strong wind rushed through the temple even though there were no windows open. The symbols on the floor began to glow brighter. Brighter than ever before. And then, the ground shook. One of the robed men screamed. It's rejecting the offering. Victor shouted, impossible. But deep down, I could see it in his eyes. Fear. Real fear. For the first time, Adana sat up suddenly on the altar. No ropes holding her. No weakness. Her voice changed. Deeper. Not human. You took more than you gave. The torches went out. Darkness swallowed the room. Only the glowing symbols remained. And then, something appeared. I didn't see it clearly. No one did. But we felt it. A presence. Heavy. Angry. Ancient. Like the forest itself had come alive. The robed men dropped to the ground, screaming. Victor stepped back. The blade fell from his hand. And then his phone rang. That same phone. The one that always confirmed his payment. But this time, he didn't smile. He stared at the screen. And his face turned pale. No, this is wrong. He kept shaking his head. Over and over. What did he see on that phone? I still don't know. But whatever it was, broke him. Adana laughed again. You thought it was free? The ground cracked beneath the altar. The symbols burned like fire. And then everything went black. When I woke up, I was outside. The temple was quiet. Too quiet. No chanting. No guards. No Victor. Nothing. Just silence. Adana was gone. Victor was gone. The robed men. Gone. Like they had never existed. But the real horror started the next morning. Victor's companies began to collapse. All at once. Accounts emptied. Deals cancelled. Properties ceased. Within hours, billions disappeared. News stations went wild. How does a billionaire lose everything overnight? Then came the second shock. A video leaked. Footage from inside the temple. The ritual. The chanting. The sacrifices. Everything. Broadcasted. Everywhere. Television. Phones. Internet. The whole world saw it. People were angry. Shocked. Terrified. Families of the missing girls started speaking. Villages began connecting the dots. Names. Dates. Deaths. All linked back to one man. Victor Daramola. The hero. The philanthropist. The devil in white. Police raided his mansion. Empty. No staff. No guards. No trace of him. Only one thing was found. A message carved into his bedroom wall. Deep. Like it was scratched in a hurry. Or in pain. It read. The price is not paid. Since that night, Victor Daramola has never been seen again. Nobody. No arrest. No evidence of escape. Just gone. Some say the government covered it up. Some say he ran away with hidden money. But me. I know what I felt in that temple. That thing was real. And it was angry. So let me ask you. If the sacrifices stopped. If the payment failed. If the debt was not cleared. Then who? Or what? Came to collect the balance. Because sometimes. Late at night. When the wind is quiet. I hear something outside my window. A faint whisper. Low. Slow. Calling a name. Not mine. His. Victor's. And the scariest part. It sounds like. He's still answering. So tell me. Do you think Victor Daramola is dead? Or is he somewhere? Still trying to finish what he started?